You know what I love? My phone. But you know what's also probably ruining my life? My phone. But you know what I love? My phone. My screen time is probably one of, but not the most, embarrassing things about me. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. This camera stand goes really high. So in order to cure the sickness that I have, and I'm sure lots of you have, for the next week, I'm gonna be setting my screen time limit to 1 minute. But Ethan, how are you gonna do anything on your phone? That's the challenge. That's what I'm here to figure out. There are people coming, and if they see me doing this, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm also curious to see what'll happen after this week. Will I continue doing this and I'll be off my phone forever and it'll change my life? Or will it have no impact after the week and I will immediately go back to normal? The answer is actually a lot more complicated than you might think. But first, we need to talk about day one.
Usually I start my day by going on my phone and just scrolling a bunch, but I don't have that option today, so I guess I gotta get out of bed.
After waking up, I brushed my teeth, did some work, and even did some morning stretches.
I kinda wonder if I can still do a bridge.
Oh my god! Maybe not.
The only way right now for me to check if anyone's messaged me is to check my computer. And once I respond, it's not like I can just sit by the computer and wait for them, so I guess I'll see in a couple hours if they get back to me.
I cannot explain to you how quickly I learned that without my phone, I had so much free time. I read for hours. I even cleaned my bathroom. It's about 6 o'clock, I just finished work. Super productive day at work today, because there was nothing else to do. Normally cooking is my YouTube time or my podcast time, but both of those apps are blocked. Nothing I cook is that difficult, so it feels kind of weird to fully focus on seasoning these chicken and vegetables. Maybe it'll make it taste better, I don't know. That was maybe a little too much soy sauce.
Just got back from the gym. No music, no headphones, nothing. That was so weird. I feel like a psychopath. All right, day 2. I am so well rested today. I think I slept earlier yesterday than I've ever slept in my entire life. Yesterday I read before bed, which is crazy. I love sleep, but I love scrolling through TikToks more. And since I didn't have that, I just went to bed. It's crazy. Anyway, day 2. These dishes are not microwave friendly because the metal outside, when you put it in the microwave, sparks and catches on fire, which I always forget about until I put it in the microwave and it sparks and catches on fire. Anyways, lunch check. It's the same thing as yesterday.
Day 2, I actually did pretty much the same thing as day 1, which was great for my routine and mental health, but not great content. So enjoy this montage that I took of me grocery shopping. If you ever wondered how I cook my rice, meat, and vegetables dish, here's how. Here's me at Farm Boy buying meat and vegetables. Currently on my way to work. I'm getting pretty used to walking without any headphones on. Still instinctively reach for my AirPods in my pocket, but then I go to my phone and there's nothing I can listen to, so I guess it doesn't even really matter. Getting out of bed has been way easier. I find that when I wake up, the option to doom scroll has been taken away from me, and eventually you get so bored, you just kind of get out of bed. I've been sleeping earlier, I've been waking up earlier. My sleep schedule has actually been great this entire week so far. After a productive day at the office, again, because without my phone at work, there is literally nothing but work to do. Akira and I went to a concert, and then after that, maybe the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
I just went to a concert with Akira. He got off the streetcar, and now I'm on the streetcar on my own with nothing to do for like 20 minutes. Why did I do this to myself?
And I know what you're thinking. Isn't the whole point of this challenge that I finally have time to myself to think, to take the moments that I would be on my phone and really meditate and get to know myself? I had already done that. That was the only thing that I was doing all week. After the concert, I just wanted to sit back, check social media, and enjoy the beautiful numbing sensation of watching 1,000 reels that I'll never remember. But no, instead I just sat there, angrily. You know how some days you wake up and you just like, today's not it. I think the last few days have been pretty good. I think even if I had my phone, I wouldn't have been on it very much. But today, I really want to be on my phone, but that's not an option. So I guess I gotta find other stuff to do, which is kind of the big idea, right? Maybe I'll try and make sushi. The good thing is, I think if I had my phone today, I already would have sunk like an hour into doom scrolling. So at least that's not happening. But like, I don't really want to read or be productive. I've been writing down stuff more because I'm not using my phone as much.
could still go get a haircut. I think going outside is probably a good idea. That was the fastest haircut I've ever gotten. They were so nice. I'm never going anywhere else. Have you seen that X-Men meme?
No.
Rogue basically has a very similar power. She touches people and they die. She's complaining, and then a different mutant who has the power to like control the weather is just like, hey, we're all in this together. And it's just like, no, you're not.
We're not flawed. We're not freaks.
Yeah, we're just different.
I kill motherfuckers, but I touch
I killed both my parents and everyone I love. And then like girl who can make clouds is just like, no, we're just different.
On day 5, I decided to surprise my friend Josh by climbing into his window.
I'm running from the cops. You gotta... I'm running from the cops. You gotta save me. You gotta let me in.
I'm over here.
Oh shit. Oh. Alright. Thanks. I'm up. Hey man, it's good. It's good.
And then on days 6 and 7, I kind of just did the same thing. I went to work, exercised, saw friends, cooked, read books. It was honestly pretty nice.
But the question still remains, what did I take away from this week, and did it change my life forever? Well, as I mentioned earlier, the answer is kind of complicated. Right after that week, I was ready to embrace my new role as a fulfilled productivity wizard who had overcome this huge vice in my life. And then I got sick for 2 weeks. And I don't know about you, but when I'm sick, I literally do nothing except rot on my phone. Like, I think my screen time was actually worse during those 2 weeks of being sick than it was before. In addition, it completely knocked me out of my routine, and so by the time I got better, the holidays were rolling around, and long story short, this video was supposed to come out in November, but I don't know if you've been paying attention, it's 2025 now. But with a new year comes a new set of commitments, and doing a phoneless week has shaped what I want my new year to look like. First of all, the lack of screen time that week was an undeniable plus. I worked out every day, I read more than I think I have the entire year combined, and I made progress on projects that I haven't really touched in months. I grew up without a cell phone, and I still had video games, books, and toys to play with, but due to the finite nature of those things, I would often find myself getting bored and I would have to figure out something else to do. I would come up with a new way to play with old toys, or I would create a new game, or I would try to beat a video game that I had a different way, like beating Kingdom Hearts while keeping Donald Duck alive the whole time. It was impossible. Nowadays, due to the infinite nature of content on my phone, I can never get bored. I can just switch between the 3 apps forever, and the algorithm will feed me content so that I never have to think or come up with anything or be creative. Losing that over the week and experiencing that sense of boredom actually made me feel like a kid again. And it's something that I didn't realize I missed until I lost it. On the flip side, there definitely were times I missed having a phone. While it was great to start and end my day off of screens, whenever I was just walking to a place or taking public transit, or anytime I had a gap between events, I found myself with nothing to do. Those little gaps of time feel perfect for catching up on texts, or checking social media, or playing a round of Balatro. I am horribly addicted. Also, not being able to write down things that I wanted to remember in the moment was a huge pain, because I'm a very forgetful person and I live off my reminders and notes apps. To do this challenge, I set the screen time on my phone to 1 minute, essentially disabling all the apps, and then I set certain apps to be always allowed, like my camera app. This was good for a challenge, but definitely too extreme to maintain. So moving forward in 2025, I'm going to take a modified approach to my phone usage, informed by the results of this week. First of all, I'm definitely going to enable downtime on my phone, because starting and ending my day off of my phone was a huge upgrade, and my sleep schedule is better than it's maybe ever been. Second of all, I'm going to set a more lax time limit. A minute is too intense, but right now I'm thinking about an hour. I'll adjust it as I go. And third of all, I'm gonna enable Spotify on my phone, because let me tell you, not listening to music was really not that beneficial in my life, and running without music is so boring. Overall, I think I'm just gonna make a conscious effort to leave my phone in a different room when I go do things. This week has proved to me that I don't need my phone nearly as much as I thought I did. Everything that I thought I needed it for, I could replace with something else. Looking back, one of my favorite things about this week was how present I was in any given moment. I noticed so many new details about my apartment and city that I had never paid attention to before.
That tower's really big.
Life recently has felt like it's flown by really quickly, but spending less time on my phone made it feel a lot slower. I think that's really valuable.